be showing you how I'm going to make my PCV, not PVC, PCV breather out of copper to go from my valve cover to my block. These not only vent the PCV out of the block into the valve covers to the breathers, they also drain a lot of oil from the valve covers and the head back into the block. So it's kind of a crucial part on these engines. I'm going to take you through every step of the way making this little pipe. Now, to protect, when you get anodized coating hot, it tends to discolor like crazy. So if I were to weld all this and let this get super hot, it's going to turn orange. And I just don't think that would look good. But so we're going to try to negate that. So what I'm going to do is going to wrap this wet rag around my fitting to try to take some of the heat out of it. Keep the heat from going into it, maybe. As you can see, this is going very well. We'll try to kind of leave it like that. See how that goes for us. You know, hopes are a little low. we'll see what it does, I guess. So as you see, our nut stayed perfectly black, exactly what we wanted. You can see on the inside here this tube nut, I think it's called. I'm not exactly sure. That obviously got very discolored. Let me get my big fat fingers out of the way, but that is basically bronze, pretty much the same color as the copper. So basically, our little rag worked out great. I wanted to get all these bottom pieces welded because by the time I fit this up and have all these tacked and have the top section's tacked and everything fits great, and then pull it off the car, weld everything, the heat from the welding is going to warp everything and make everything move, make everything expand, contract, all that good stuff, and then it's probably not going to fit exactly how we wanted it to fit. So basically by welding these bottom ones, this is now going to be permanent and solid, and then I'm only going to have to weld the top couple, and that's all where the warpage and stuff may happen. So it's going to negate the amount of warpage by a pretty substantial amount. So we got this fitted up. This is in there how I wanted to. It perfectly contours the intake manifold. Now I got a 45 and a 90 here, and I'm gonna put the 45 on first and then the 90, and what's that gonna do is roll the pipe into our fitting, because the fittings are not on equal planes. So it's gonna roll it to a 45 and then 90 it straight into the valve cover fitting. So I'm basically going to start cutting and guessing and checking along the way. And until this pretty much fits up exactly how I want it to. So let's get into it. Well, as you can see, made a bit of a mistake here. Oh boy. I ended up cutting that too short. Womp womp. So as far as cleaning this up, making it shine and nice and that kind of thing, I'm not exactly sure what the proper procedure would be to do it. So basically, what I'm going to try is this metal polish. It's Blue Magic. This is what I use on my wheels. It works really well. And I'm also going to try this buffing pad. If that doesn't work, this is the one I do actually use on my wheels with the extension to get inside the dishes. But I'm kind of thinking this first one's going to work better. We'll see. I've never done this before. The valve cover breathers I did just by hand because they're already kind of clean, but these are all welded up. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh God. That worked way better than I ever would have expected. I started going down toward the bottom and it started getting funky because I'm just holding it here by the vise. But I mean, the lighting probably kind of sucks, but this looks great, honestly. And we're just going to keep going. Now, I will say, I think if I had a Scotch-Brite pad, I could have cleaned this up way better before I even started polishing. But I don't have one in the garage right now, so we're just kind of winging it. So, this actually came out really nice. Oh my god, look at that thing. Jeez. That's cool, man. Yeah, that is awesome. So as you can see, we did it. We got our little PVC breather in there. You know, a few questions to answer. Why'd I do it in copper? Well, basically I wanted to match the breathers, which I also did in copper because I thought it'd just be a cool little fun thing that no one else ever does. So the other reason I did it is because no AN fittings would fit in there. I tried any type of degree that they sell, 30, 60, 45, 90. Pretty much anything that would have had to happen, I would have had to 90 out of here, straight out of here, and go around the intake manifold, and it would have looked real silly. So I did also buy stainless steel. I was going to make it out of stainless, and then the stainless steel that showed up was too thick. I couldn't flare it with my flaring tool, and so I just had all this copper laying around and figured I'd just continue on with the copper theme. So there we have it. Yeah, I mean, TIG welding copper is kind of a rare thing. This is about the first time I've ever done it. It wasn't too bad. It's a little finicky, but, you know, it's manageable. So we'll see what other kind of fun things I can think of in the future to continue on with this little theme I've got going on here. But for now, finish with that, and we're going to move on to the next project. See you next time. Yeah.